welcome back to Old Tom and his big red chair. As you know, I'm Old Tom and this is my big red comfy chair. We've got a fabulous show coming up, and the weeks to follow we've got some really wonderful people to see, boys and girls. That's right. So make sure you keep watching Old Tom and his big red chair. But now, let's go and see what's on the show. It's Old Tom and his big red chair. I'll be back soon. Hello there again, boys and girls. It's nice to see you all here again today. For those of you who may not know me, I'm Old Tom. My big red chair is over there. I've got a big red comfy chair. And today, I thought I'd show you a little bit of magic. But it's a story. We're going to have story. I love story magic. I absolutely love story magic. And this story, I think you're going to know, is actually a nursery rhyme. And it's called Jack and Jill. Now, the nursery rhyme, let's say that first. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. A pail, by the way, is a bucket, boys and girls. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Well, we're going to do it by magic today, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. I hope you're going to enjoy it. And for this, we've got a well over there, and we've got a hospital, because when Jack breaks his crown, they have to go to hospital, don't they, boys and girls? When you have an accident, especially if you hurt your head, it's better to go to hospital and be checked out, isn't it? Of course it is. And of course, we've got our magic wand. But what I'm going to do, boys and girls, when we put the magic wand down, we're going to start the story. Once upon a time, there was a little boy and a little girl. The little boy was named Jack, and the little girl was named Jill. And one day they had to fetch a pail of water, a bucket of water, right up the top of the hill. So they went up and he climbed up, and guess what? Jack slipped and he fell down. Yes, and he didn't break his crown, his head fell off. Aww. That's a silly thing. His head fell off, boys and girls. So look, he's got no head. And Jill stood there and she laughed and she laughed and she laughed. She laughed so much she couldn't stand up, and she fell over and rolled all the way down the hill. Aww. And guess what? That's right, Jill's head fell off also. Aww. So there they are, Jack and Jill with no heads. Looks a bit silly, doesn't it, not having a head, boys and girls? Oh, look at them, they're still holding on to their pail though, they're bucket, aren't they? So what we're going to do, boys and girls, is we're going to put that down there, and we're going to fix them, boys and girls. That's right. I'll move that across. We're going to fix them. We're going to take them to hospital. Because when you get hurt, you go to hospital, don't you, boys and girls? Because there's all those nice nurses and nice doctors, and wow, they make us well again. They're wonderful people, aren't they? Well, we're going to take them to hospital and put them in hospital. So, who should we put in hospital first? Should we put Jack in the hospital first, or should we put Jill? Some people are shouting Jack and some people are shouting Jill. Oh dear, I think everyone's shouting Jack and Jill at the same time. So I think I'd better decide, don't you? So what we'll do, we'll open the hospital up, and open the hospital up, and then we'll put Jill's head in the hospital first. What about that? Hello Jill, you were in hospital. That's fine, there's Jill in hospital, boys and girls. And then we'll put Jack in. Put Jack in the hospital too, and he can sit on top of Jill. How's that? There we are. Oh, he slid down, boys and girls. Hang on. There's Jack and there's Jill in hospital. Do you want to see them again? There they are in hospital. Aww. Wow. Jack and Jill goes to hospital, boys and girls, because they fell down and their heads come off, didn't they? But boys and girls, unfortunately, the hospital's just had a phone call, and the doctor won't be in for a long time. He's somewhere else helping some other people to get well. So, we can't leave them like that, can we, boys and girls? No heads and both in the hospital, we can't leave them like that. So what about if we try to help them ourselves? Yeah! Shall we do that? Hands up all the boys and girls who think we should try and help them by magic. Hands up. Oh, lots of you. All right. Well, we're going to try and help them by magic. But this time, we'll need a magic wand. I like magic wands. I've got lots of magic wands. This is a real special one, boys and girls. It come from a very, very good friend of mine. It was a very, very special magician. And this magician lived in a funny place, boys and girls, called Hereford. Hereford is a little town, a little village in England. And he was a very good magician, boys and girls. He could make people disappear, and he was a really good magician. And he sent me this very, very special magic wand. And he says, "Oh, Tom, this is a very special magic wand. You be very, very careful with it, because it is a special one, boys and girls. Because if you blow on it, it will change colour. Go back again. Look at that! Isn't that wonderful? It's a very special magic wand. So what we're going to do, I'm going to use magic to put their Jack and Jill's heads back on their bodies over there. But we've got to listen, boys and girls. I want everyone to help me. All right, you must all help me, and that you can help me by shouting the magic word. And I'm going to use a really, really easy magic word. It's very special, boys and girls. I think lots and lots of magicians use this magic word. It's a real magic word, and that is abracadabra. All right, so I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, and I want all you boys and girls out there to shout the magic word abracadabra. Would you do that for me? You would? Oh, that's really fabulous. Are we ready then, boys and girls? Get ready? I'm going to count to 3, and I want you to shout abracadabra. Will you do that for me? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Abracadabra. We tap the hospital 3 times, and we tap the 3 times. Now let's have a look. And they've disappeared, boys and girls. They've disappeared from the hospital. Who didn't shout the magic word? Somebody out there didn't shout the magic word. If we're going to make this work, I want everybody's got to shout. Look, I want you all to take a big deep breath. Hold it. Ready? The magic word, abracadabra. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Really loud. Abracadabra. Wow. Shall we see if it's worked, boys and girls? Hands up all the boys and girls who think it's worked. Oh, lots of you. Hands up those who didn't think it. Oh. There's nobody putting their hands up when I say hands up those who didn't think it worked. Wow, let's see. What should we do? Look in the hospital first. Let's have a look in the hospital. There they are, boys and girls. They've disappeared. They've disappeared. They've disappeared from the hospital. I'll put that there. And guess where they are, boys and girls? Because you shouted so loud, you've made Jack and Jill better again. And there they are. Jack and Jill. And from then on, boys and girls, they were very, very careful when they fetched the water, and they never fell again. Isn't that a wonderful story? And thank you very much for helping me. I'll tell you what, give yourselves a great big clap. Would you do that for me? Give yourselves a big clap. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, you're so clever helping me like that. So you can go on there now. All right, I don't know if you'll stand up on there. Oh, not very well. Perhaps if I put you back a bit. That's it, you'll stand there. So there's Jack and Jill back to normal. Now I know that Mummy and Daddy's going to be very happy that you helped, boys and girls. Boys and girls, that's all for now. But listen, old Tom will be back another time with some more really, really exciting story magic. Would you like that? Yeah! You would? Oh, that's wonderful. But boys and girls, I'm going to count to 3 and I'm going to shout bye-bye and wave. And I want you all to shout bye-bye and wave back. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Bye-bye, boys and girls. Bye-bye. 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 Oh, you're back again. Wasn't that fantastic? I just love these shows. Now, boys and girls, a lot of you have asked me where I live. And I have told you before, but I live in Australia, in a place called Queensland. It's where I live. It's really nice and warm. And we do have some storms and it does get cold sometimes in winter. But most of the time it's lovely and warm, and the schools have got all these open playgrounds. And they're all covered in grass, so they can have lots of fun there. But boys and girls, it's time for me to carry on. Now don't forget, if you've got a birthday coming up, let me know. But all I want is your first name, the town you live in, the country you live in, your date of birth and how old you'll be on that day. Alright, because I want to keep you safe. And you can send it to oldtom@email.com. It'll be on the screen down here. Boys and girls, I'll see you next time on Old Tom and his big red chair. Bye bye everyone. Bye bye.